What's up, guys? I'm Sir No Soups, back today with another video. And again, before we get started with anything, I just wanted to thank you guys again for all the love and support on the channel. We have really been growing recently. Don't forget to join the Discord. Me and my buddy Dream Hoops have made this Discord. We're in it almost every day, streaming games, talking about the games. So go ahead and join that. I'm going to leave that in the description as well as the pinned comment. I always forget the pinned comment, but it'll be there this time. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Trying to hit 750 subs by the end of next month and hitting 1K before October for the 1-year anniversary of the channel. But now, let's talk about my man, Jimmy G. Buckets. Now, as you guys know, I am a Chicago Bulls fan. So growing up, I was there for when Jimmy Butler was more of just a traditional role player who's meant to lock you up and occasionally give you a bucket, but he wasn't really anything crazy until the last couple years in Chicago. And ever since, I've been sticking with Jimmy just in terms of being a real deep fan of him, because I never quite believed the whole locker room cancer thing. I just think realistically Jimmy wanted to win, and he was in situations where teams per se did not necessarily want to do that. So of course you're going to be irritated if you're a player who's dead set on winning. You're not going to be a happy camper. Now, does that excuse everything he may have or may not have done? Absolutely not. But I think his play recently, to me, has shown that he has earned a spot in the top 10. No longer is this going to be, oh, maybe he's top 10 if this guy's hurt or if this guy isn't doing that. No. Jimmy Butler is a top 10 player in this league. And I think it's very obvious if we're going to look at all facets of his game. So now, guys, let's take a look at what this video is all about. Why is Jimmy Butler a top 10 player in the NBA? And we're going to start by looking at his defense, something that has never left his side throughout his career. So let's take a look. So on this first play coming up here, what we're going to see is Jimmy reads this play beautifully. As Rod Will starts to cut across here, Jimmy already knows the way that the Celtics play basketball in terms of trying to get that lob up. So he's able to jump up earlier and get the tip. And here what I think is beautiful is Jimmy's body control. So he gets Brown to bounce off the left side and get the poke to get the easy steal. And again, what we're going to see here is just as Jaylen Brown starts to cut and goes up for the jump, he waits and he's able to get up and get the block. Jimmy as a defender has always been elite to me, no doubt in my mind. That's the one thing I know. If he is struggling to score, if he's struggling to play make for whatever reason, or guys just aren't hitting, to me, I think it's fairly obvious that the one thing Jimmy Butler is always going to be giving you is his defense. That's his roots. That's what he was like with Tom Thibodeau in Chicago, and that's what he's been ever since. And in some ways, I think that's just what makes him so elite as a player. Because, for example, we talk about guys like Tatum, right? And when he's not scoring, what else is he giving you? But I feel like that's a Jimmy Butler. When Jimmy Butler isn't scoring, he'll give you really good playmaking, and to me, elite defense. He will go on to your best player for however long he needs to, for whatever reason he needs to, and will try his best to get the possession to come out their way. Which, as you guys I'm sure have seen in this Boston series, that's all he's done. When they've needed a clutch possession, him or Bam, or even one of the role players once in a while, like a Kyle Lowry, is going to come up with a huge play. So I think if you look at Jimmy's defense and what he's giving you, I think that this alone would push him into a top 10 level player due to the two-way play that he would be giving you. And now let's take a look at the other thing we've discussed. Jimmy Butler as a playmaker. Something I think that kind of goes unspoken. So what we're going to see here is Jimmy actually orchestrates his entire play. So as he gets the cut here for the man, what I notice is he then goes in. Now easily you could argue drive, but instead he kicks it out to Caleb Martin and gets the easy midi for him as he orchestrated the play. And here he gets a pick off of Bam. And what I think is so interesting here is as he gets this separation, Bam gets Tatum behind him, Jimmy waits. He knows the play is for Bam, not for him, and he gets the play to Bam, and they get the easy bucket. And as we see here, the transition play is beautiful. As he gets the defenders to commit, and Jimmy has to get the man, Bam is right there behind him, so now they had to respect the corner shot. And again, this to me is what Jimmy Butler does just so well. It's that when he is not on, he will give you other things. And I think his playmaking is honestly some of the better playmaking we'll see in this league. Now, obviously, is he Nikola Jokic? Hell no. Is he Steph Curry? Hell no. But I also wouldn't say he's like, no offense to this player, a Jaylen Brown, where it's, oh, well, I'm not scoring, I guess I could pass it. It's like, he's a willing playmaker, and I think he's a very, very good one for this team because of just how good of a scoring threat he is and how much teams have to respect him. And I think that that alone just adds so much to this Heat offense that if he was any less of a playmaker, they would not be in this situation. I'm just going to be honest, point blank period. If he was a lesser playmaker, they're not in the conference finals right now. They probably wouldn't even been past the Bucks. But what he has done for this team as a playmaker, I'm sorry. I just don't see how you would look at this and say this isn't something a top 10 player would be doing. And finally, we could take a little look at something we all know about. That man, Jimmy G buckets and his scoring. So let's take a look. So on this first possession here, what I find super interesting, and again, this is because of Coach Bo, he gets all of the Celtics players bunched up onto the left side of the court. So Jimmy basically gets a one-on-one with Derek White, and he spins to the opposite side because Al Horford and Tatum would have to take an extra couple steps to get over and try and help. And here what I find interesting is they reset the play. Jimmy yet again gets Derek by himself, and what I think is interesting is Bam pulls Horford. And then there, you get the easy one-on-one against Derek White. So, guys, I think obviously, I think a lot of people now are going to say that clearly Jimmy's top 10, but I think they're going to just say purely off this playoff run. And for me, ever since last year, and even since the bubble, I have flirted with the idea of him getting into that top 10 spot, because to me, what he gives this team, I understand the regular season stats are nothing to, like, wow you. But I mean, how many other players do we talk about when the time comes, who do you want? Well, in some ways, Jimmy Butler is the, amplification of that idea. If the time was coming, you're in a big playoff series, who are you going to take? There are very few players you would say over Jimmy Butler in this league right now. Very few. And to be 100% honest with you guys, this is not really a stats video, right? This isn't me telling you, oh, well, he's averaging this, and that. But I think it's because, at the end of the day, stats aren't everything in basketball. You just have to be able to watch the game and understand what's happening. And to me, Jimmy Butler is one of the best two-way players in basketball. I don't think there's any doubt about it. He's honestly top 10, if not possibly top 5. What he gives you on both ends of the floor, it's just honestly nothing short of exceptional. And again, he's a very, very good playmaker, an incredible defender. The scoring, we obviously all know. So to me, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Do you disagree? Do you think Jimmy hasn't quite earned his way into the top 10? Do you think that his regular season holds him down too much over someone like a Dame or a Tatum? Or do you think that just how much he rises in the playoffs, despite the necessary, lack of talent around him aside from his top two guys? Or do you just think that this play has earned his spot in the top 10? So as always, guys, this is Amsterdam Notes Hoop. Sorry for a little bit of the rambling. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Don't forget to join the Discord or follow me on Twitter or TikTok with the same name of Amsterdam Notes Hoops. As always, guys, have a blessed rest of your day. Enjoy the video. Have a good one, guys. Peace out.